Welcome to the world united. Welcome to the world united.
Is going to be the most important of all the sessions, African arts. Because Africa is a symbol, the very icon of arts. Everything is expressed through arts in Africa. Entire African continent culture is imbibed with the expression through arts. Many performing arts, maybe singing, maybe dance, maybe instrument, or poetry, or a skit, or a mime, or through any form. So creativity and arts have been part of the culture from dawn to dusk in the very DNA of African arts and culture, in the very DNA of thinking of Africa. So herewith, instead of sticking to the main session theme because of lack of time, I'm going to quickly move on to one question. How your creativity, the arts that you know, any arts, any form of arts, how we are going to combine this with inner awakening, not only to the inhabitants of Africa, but for whole world, how we can move forward. So this is the one question I'm keeping to begin with Wanja Michuki.
Okay, thank you,
how we can move forward.
Thank you, Dr. Yugandhar. And thank you, everybody, for these incredible presentations. Rightly, arts and culture are so much a part of our heritage. And spirituality is an art. You know, African spirituality is an art. It's been recognized in some of the AU conventions as well as being so. And I think that one way of our contribution is to amplify our voices as healers in this part of the world. You know, it's a different kind of expression, how we heal in concert with nature, with plants, with prayer and meditation and our ancestors. All of that, I think, is something that that we need to speak about more and welcome people from around the world to experience with us. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, Michael Lee, what is your take on it? What is your what are your insights about how we can take the arts, your creativity? You know, you have presented a very interesting subject, the science of creativity, the spirituality behind creativity. So that is the nature of consciousness. In the form of animal consciousness or human consciousness, creativity is always our expression. So how we can actually move forward, combining, blending arts and spirituality, not only for Africa, but whole world. How can we make it? Unmute, please.
Unmute. It's a great question. You know, earlier there was this question raised, which was supposed to be resolved during the panel, but I'm not sure if it will be or not. So I'll put it on that as well. This question was asked earlier, what's the difference between consciousness and spirituality? And one of the biggest enemies of creativity is consciousness, in the sense that we are very conscious beings, even those of us that are less conscious in one way. We spend a lot of time thinking. We spend a lot of time trying to come up with answers. The fact is that creative insights, those aha moments that we all love, only happen when we're not thinking. And that only happens when we're fully in the present at this moment. You know, so the basic solution, the simple solution to creative thought, to be more creative, you know, there's two steps, right? There's having new thoughts that are interesting, and then there's taking action on them. Like the taking action part can involve consciousness, it can involve thinking, it can involve planning. But the coming up with new ideas part really involves stopping thinking. That's why a lot of great creative thinkers that you might, you know, think about, a lot of them are known to take long walks. You know, a lot of them are known to, Einstein used to play his violin for hours when he was sick of working to get himself to stop thinking. So if we look at Africa, you know, one of the great things about creativity in Africa is that there is a strong relationship in Africa between ourselves and you know, the outside world. In South Africa, there's a concept called Ubuntu, which, you know, literally just means togetherness, being part of something greater. And so the simplest way to be more creative in our mind is to stop thinking so much. Like, we can think, but then we have to stop. And then, you know, implementing, taking action is a whole different conversation. The innovation part, the part where you have to implement, right? And that part is really about having confidence and belief. And that's the part that sometimes, you know, areas like Africa that are less developed struggle more, because there's a lack of confidence or a lack of resources, or, you know, stories we tell ourselves that we're not as good as somebody else. So for me, I guess the answer to your question for Africa is we're doing pretty well about the being able to relate to being in the present. Where we can improve is probably just bringing more confidence that what we have to offer is worth it. And I mean, I think in most arts, you know, dance, music, poetry, those kind of things, everybody believes that. But when we talk about, like, you know, somebody just said spirituality is an art. Well, so is science, you know. It's all theory. It gets changed. So is technology. They're all arts. And all of that stuff, the implementation of it is usually where we lack. Lots of people have good ideas, but then they never do anything. So, yeah, so the summing up answer to your question, I guess, for me is, first thing, stop thinking so much. And second thing, take action. Take action. You know, when there's an idea, try it. It doesn't have to work. It can fail. Most of them do. Edison was famous for, you know, 10,000 failures to create a working light bulb, you know, but he kept going, and took him something like 10,000 efforts. And he always said he didn't fail 10,000 times. He just found 10,000 solutions that didn't work, you know? Yeah. So for creativity, real simple, stop thinking and take action.
Yeah, act without thinking, yes. But the question is here now, Kamal, thank you very much. Kamal Muhammad, the World United has got a wing. It has several wings. One of the important wings is spirituality and arts. So the themes which have been enlisted in each World Parliament, from first World Parliament, the second and third World Parliament as well, it is moving in a certain direction. We have categorized the entire event into two. One is pure spirituality, the second is applied spirituality. Pure spirituality from the perspective of inner awakening. Applied spirituality from the perspective of how we can apply to different sciences and arts. So each theme has got a wing from World United. And we are inviting all the experts, adepts in various fields who can combine spirituality with their expertise. And at present, you all have joined to present yourself from arts part of expression of spirituality. So I personally invite each one of you to join this wing, spirituality and arts. Your friend Sean Parry has already joined as a council member from North America. And I also request you to join in this wing of spirituality and arts. It's a very important subject where all the artists of the world should stand united.
Absolutely.
All artists of different forms. Yep. So through arts, we can take the message to the masses more quickly than anything else. You take any revolution of the world, it is through song, it is through music that the message has been carried. The inspiration levels, the energy levels, the momentum levels have been carried even during wars through music and song. The war songs have been created only for that. So the song and music, all art forms, carry the energy, the great energy that is residing in each one of us. So I invite all of you to sign up for this council membership related to spirituality and arts. I will leave this link in the chat box after a few minutes. And how do you think the idea of all the artists to stand united for spiritual awakening, Kamal? What is your idea? What is your take on it? What are your insights and how we can move forward together?
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for this very important and relevant question and opportunity. I also want to thank Michael Lee, right, for your thoughts. Very, very powerful. Um, I think your question and your intention. I don't think it's a question. It's more of a what we call in Arabic a niyyah. Niyyah means an intention. And there's a famous hadith that I love from Prophet Muhammad that says, "Inna al-amalatu bin-niyyah." Action, verily action, are validated by their true intention. So I agree with Michael. You have to be in motion. You have to be active. You have to stop thinking. You have to attack your fear. You have to be in the moment. You have to go out there and have that that let's make it happen. Let's do it mentality. I agree, but you have to have the right intention behind it. Your intention is very, very, very important, especially now. Why? Is because we're in a mix of a pandemic. It's affecting everyone around the world differently, but there's a lot of things that's similar. And one of the things that we found is art and culture has been taken for granted by a lot of people. A lot of people have been taking it for granted. I was born and raised in Paris. I was born and raised in France. I grew up in France. My family's in France. And French people are losing their mind right now. Why? It's because they're not able to go to the theater. They're not able to go watch a play. They're not able to go to the museum. All those things that they were doing, it's part of who they are. The French love to go. I mean, my brothers and sisters, what drive them crazy right now is the fact that they don't have that, that personal relationship that they hold dear with art is being tackled, is being put on pause, and it's hurting them. But they don't understand that all these artists, all these musicians, actors, writers, directors, producers, all these people that are out there, makeup artists, hairdressers, even somebody that does the craft service, someone who's out there feeding you on set. All these people right now are not working, so they're struggling. We've taken art for granted in some places. In other places, such as Africa, on the African continent, art is part of who they are. Literally, everybody, and it's a necessity. Michael tapped into the fact that there's might be a lack of resources and lack of opportunities, but in Africa, it's actually the very reason why they are very creative. It's out of necessity. When you have to, you don't have all the tools, you have to be creative, you have to let your mind do the work, and you have to use imagination, and you have to make it happen because you need it. So I think your intention is great, and I think right now is the perfect time to get it started, and it's the perfect time to at least will get the attention of every single artist around the world, because everyone has been affected in his or own way, and everyone is willing to stand together. So I think this notion of togetherness is already happening. We saw it in the beginning of the pandemic. People are having concerts online, and people are teaching each other how to cook, and people are doing all these things. I think people are now running out of gas. People are getting tired. People want to get back to what they call normality. But right now is the perfect opportunity to do exactly what you just suggested, is to stand together as a community of artists. I think it's already happening. We just need to put it in motion. I'll be first to take the vaccine of your vaccine of, you know what I mean? Let's get together and let's start this movement. So yes, I'm all for it, and I can see the benefit. I see how it's going to be welcomed, embraced, and I can see how moving forward is going to help all of us cope with whatever set of trials and tribulation we may have.
Yeah, thank you, Kamal. So this is a time when all the artists of the world need to come united for one common vision, that is the global spiritual awakening. Without artists, the global spiritual awakening cannot happen at all. The message cannot reach the masses. While the sciences work from head, arts work through heart. It is not about science versus arts. It is science and arts. It is not about head versus heart. It is head and heart. It is not about thoughts versus feeling. It is thoughts and feelings. It is wings and claws together which are required. It is not about wings versus claws. Arts versus sciences, no, outdated concept. It is wings and claws together. We fly high. We reach further and further. So if necessity is the mother of invention, creativity is the father of necessity. So we have to move forward, and all the artists need to stand united. Sangha, what is your take on it? What are your insights about how we all can move forward as artists for global spiritual awakening? How we can actually, in action-oriented, action-packed, not just thinking and thoughts, in action. No theory here.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. We had enough theories.
Sangha, can you share on this?
Yes, thank you. Thank you everyone for sharing the message, the inspiration, the experience, the advice, the mission, because we are here for something. When you're artist, you have a responsibility because arts connect the people. In Africa, we have old heritage, ancestral tradition, connection with nature, with sound, with art, with expression. All is energy. We have emotion inside, emotion, énergie en mouvement, voilà, a movement energy. And it's very important to heal your fear, your emotion, your thinking, your story. And we have a responsibility. We are artists, and we can connect the people with love for the new world, new conscience, for peace, for good message. Voilà. I believe in nature. I believe in life. I believe in you, my brother, my sister. We are together. We can change the world. Only do it. Inside, outside. Responsibility. Everyone.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Sangha. To Nokwe, the same question for you. How is his responsibility? Response is an ability. Yeah. To respond itself is an ability. If we don't respond, that is irresponsibility.
Responsibility.
So we have to respond. We have to come into action. Action is more important. No more theories now. From 2020 onwards, no theories, only action. Immediate action.
Action.
It's a call for action.
Yeah, meditation. Meditation is action.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, to Nokwe, what are your views on it? Can you please share some light?
Yeah. Well,
Please.
First of all, I take this opportunity to say thank you again for this platform, because for me, I was even surprised at myself that I actually attended all these days that have passed. Usually, I stay busy and I know that, oh, I've been called there, I'm not going to be able to do this. But I knew that it was time for this, because every time I was available to attend this platform. So for me, in this platform, there's an answer for us. That's the first thing that I'm seeing I'm reasoning basically with this head. But I'm feeling very strongly that we need to come together more, which is what is happening here. And what I'm saying is reminding me of an African expression. It's an idiom that says injobo entle itungelwa ebandla, which means the most beautiful njobo. Njobo is something private that traditionally men used to cover their private parts. They never used a G-string or an underpant, whatever it is. They used a njobo, and a man would keep that very private. The man would stay by himself and create that njobo. But the expression is saying, injobo entle, the most beautiful njobo is created at ebandla. Ebandla is around the tree. So our forefathers used to call the community to sit around the tree to discuss the matters of that community. So all families would come with the problems of, like, even the most embarrassing thing, they would bring it to Ebandla. So if you want to create the most beautiful Njobo, go to Ebandla, because it's like when you crochet a hat and you are sitting at Ebandla around a tree, you will, if you are all creating this thing, it will sit with one person and they will crochet and crochet this Njobo. And when they get stuck, the wool gets stuck, or the cotton gets stuck, you're not gonna fall apart and saying, oh, I don't know what to do. You know, there's another person next to you, because there's a circle around the tree. And this person next to you will have enough patience to try and untie this knot. And this person will try and untie this knot of Njobo. And if they get stuck, they pass it on to the next. There's no way that the problems of this community cannot be solved. So the coming together that we're all talking about, yes, it is necessary. And I see also the coming together of the self, like the head and the heart. That cohesion is so necessary. And it's a daily practice where we just learn to release the fears, the judgments, the mentality of lack, to hold on to our freedom and just let the heart meet the head.
Beautiful.
Wonderful. Thank you, Tunokwe.
Tunokwe, can I ask real quick? Tunokwe.
Yes.
You are not 60 years of age. I do not believe you. You are not 60. I demand to see your birth certificate right now. I need to see your birth certificate. I do not believe this. You are not 60 years of age. This is a lie.
Okay. Okay, you can, well, that's a compliment, my brother, but you can go to Google and look
I do not
at my
believe Google either. I do not
advertisement
believe
of my
Google.
60-year concert.
I do not believe Google. I do not Google you. I want to see your birth certificate right now. I will not be part of this endeavor.
Praise God.
Again.
All I can say is praise God for this youth.
All right, I believe that.
Thank you so much. That's a compliment.
I believe that. I can't believe it.
Wonderful.
I can't believe it.
Thank you very much.
Tunokwe, I have to thank you, Mama.
Yeah.
Sister, I feel you. And I'm so happy you're here. All of you, Kamal, Sanga, Edmund, Wanja, and all, you know, the brothers and sisters, Isabelle, Massé, and Bombok. I have to go soon. That's why I want to greet personally everybody. As a mother, age is just a number. I am one,
That's
we
right.
are one, okay? And we are one DNA as well. And yeah, many, many thanks. Let's stay together. Let's do it.
Let's
do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Mataji, if you have time, please stay for a few minutes. We are going to close the session at the earliest time possible. Just a few minutes, please. Please stay tuned. Yes, agility is important than age. It's not the age that is important. Agility. How youthful is your mind? How creative is your mind? Creativity makes you agile. If you are not productive, you get age. If you're not active, you become senile. You become imbecile.
I believe in immortality. You know me already. I believe in immortality.
Yeah.
I believe that along with the evolution of, you know, the yugas, the planets and the eras, you know, we'll get into evolving into more knowledge. And when we get, not knowledge, but wisdom. And when we stop identifying with our physical body only, we'll get to the next stage until we master immortality.
Yes, I demand to see your birth certificate as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to see your birth certificate too.
58
do not tell me that you're 58. Oh God.
Yeah, I'm a grandmother, but I'm much older, as a matter of fact. We're ancient souls. We're just trotting this earth planet, you know, once again and again and again. We are incarnated souls.
All right.
Okay, Mataji, you please put a question to Massé, how his father lived for 150 years and how he could produce a child at the age of 140. You please ask him.
Bombog Massé. Bombog Massé.
You want to listen?
Abel. Zachary.
Two questions here.
On te
150,
pose
how
une
he live?
question. Il faut
At
ouvrir ton
140, how he
micro.
produced?
On ouvre ton micro.
I just want to say to Kamal that I'm fishing for compliments here as well. You need to tell everybody on this.
Listen, Michael, I don't know. I love your shirt. I love your Hawaiian shirt right now. I just love your shirt. Your shirt is, I just like the color combination. It suits your skin tone very well. And it makes you look a lot younger. A lot younger.
Actually, the shirt.
You and Tunoaki have a similar color in the shirt. It's a very similar. Well, who's this? How you doing, sir?
Yeah, actually. Oh wow, yeah.
See, you and Michael, you guys are linked.
We went to the same shop.
Me too. We have the same color team. What's going on?
Oh wow.
Hi, Michael.
Oh wow.
All right.
Hi, Michael.
Mataji, kindly put a question to Masaki.
Alors, je vais gentiment poser la question. Donc, Massé Abel Mbombo, la question c'est, est-ce que tu peux nous raconter un peu comment papa a vécu jusqu'à 150 ans?
Oui. Nous avons les mets qu'on mange à partir surtout du gluant. Tout ce qui est gluant là.
Ah.
Oui. Le gluant, les huîtres, les escargots,
Okay.
le django et puis le gombo. Avec l'huile de palme rouge. C'est avec ça qu'on faisait ses mains.
You know,
les mets de pistache.
We have some dishes in Cameroon, and those dishes are made with, you know, the how we call it, like the kind of a bit sticky sort of legumes. You know, it's called like the okra. You know, like this type of vegetables, and this is what we used to prepare as food. Like, so it comes a bit from the food. On t'entend pas, Massé, il faut remettre le micro, on t'entend plus.
Oui, je disais
Okay.
que le gombo, le pistache, toujours fait avec le main, l'huile de palme rouge.
And we use the red palm oil. And we use also what we call it's pistachio, you know, it's pistachio, and then we make the soup with it, with all these vegetables that are sticky, and with the red palm oil.
Django.
Django, ça s'appelle. Je sais pas comment on traduit ça.
C'est gluant là. Les feuilles gluantes.
Oui, voilà. You know okra, right? Okay. You know okra?
Okra.
You know okra. You know, like what you call bindi baji, you know? This one. But you add all the Django and all these sticky vegetables, and you prepare with this. Et puis quoi encore?
Et puis là, tu vois, c'est pas trop dans la lol.
Comment?
C'était pas dedans. C'est-à-dire, le vin n'était pas si haut trop. La palme, le vin qui vient dans les troncs de palmiers.
And there's also the palm wine. And I didn't mention, he said a few seconds ago, there's also something that they eat, which is, you know, the snails? Yeah, the snails, because it's also sticky. So they prepare with that. It's not specially vegetarian as we are. Most of us are, I guess, vegetarian or vegan, but it's like the sticky vegetables Et est-ce qu'il y a autre chose à part, est-ce qu'il y a autre chose, mets le micro, pardon, tu as encore coupé le micro. Est-ce qu'il y a autre chose à part la nourriture? Est-ce qu'il y a d'autres secrets, on va dire, ou habitudes qu'utilisait papa? On ne t'entend pas. Please unmute.
We want all the secrets. We want the secrets.
You have, tu dois remettre ton micro, on ne t'entend pas du tout. Non, le micro n'est pas branché. Isabelle, passe-lui ton micro là.
Oui, la colère, la jalousie et la peur.
Alors, OK.
Et voilà. La jalousie, la colère et la peur, ce sont les choses qui ne sont pas l'ami de l'homme.
Okay, and this, you know, like this fear and hate, jealousy and wrath, right? They are.
Mais quand on boit l'alcool, on arrive à ça. Quand on boit l'alcool, on fait ces choses-là. La colère, la jalousie et la peur. L'alcool t'amène à faire ça.
So fear is taking us to, you know, doing all the negative things, but all these negative things are the enemy of man, and anger is also one of the worst. Continue.
Alors, je disais, quand on met l'alcool à côté, c'est pas c'est fâché.
Comment? Tu peux répéter? Mais Yagabé, on n'entend pas.
Okay, anyway, we will have a very special session with Mase Mobong Bong Abel Jakari about how your father lived for 150 years and how you produced your 140. So we'll take a special session.
Alors, il dit qu'on va essayer de faire une séance spéciale parce que comme il y a des problèmes, des difficultés techniques là,
okay.
on fera une, parce qu'on ne t'entend plus là. He was saying also that if we have to put alcohol aside, because when we add alcohol to all these bad negative feelings, it makes it worse.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Isabelle is saying something.
Oui. Isabelle, est-ce que tu peux parler?
Oui, je voulais juste rajouter en disant que le mbongo, par exemple, le mbongo poisson, mais sans mettre même poisson, c'est des écorces, beaucoup d'écorces mélangées.
En bongo, on ne t'entend plus. La communication, est-ce que tu nous entends? La communication est très mauvaise, alors on va essayer de... C'est triste, mais on va essayer de faire une séance à part pour inclure ça dans les vidéos qui seront. Mais là, on n'arrive pas à vous entendre intelligiblement. Ça ne cesse de couper. I have to explain to you that in Cameroon, we have what we call délestage. It means they cut the electricity all the time, you know? So where they are at the moment, there are a lot of technical issues with and the network is pretty bad, as you can see.
So we are at the final.
I'm really hungry now. Thanks to you, I'm starving now.
Oui, il dit merci parce que vous leur avez mis l'eau à la bouche. Yeah, there are very special dishes from Cameroon. Well, I think we find them in most of parts of Africa, but in Cameroon, the bongo chobi, all these, you know, they are, very effective.
And a quick question. It's very spicy, huh? It's very spicy, huh?
If you add pepper, yes. If you have the chili, yes. Without the chili, it's bitter. Without the chili, it's very bitter.
Wow.
Okay. So please share all the secrets of it.
Merci. On va faire une séance spéciale avec vous, OK? On va... Bombok et Isabelle, Princesse Isabelle Ngodou. Nous allons faire une séance enregistrée avec vous.
You share on your African group.
Because there are many, many secrets, and they are the Bombok. They have they have a lot.
Share all the secrets.
Yes, yes. Alors, vous partagez tous les secrets sur le groupe, Afrique, qui est créé en ce moment et qu'on va diffuser au fur et à mesure de l'édition et des montages des vidéos, etc., qui seront faites après ce Parlement. Merci beaucoup. They are going to Mbumiebel to celebrate the Saimbok. It is a celebration, a very special, it's almost secret, where a lot of Bombok will be reuniting to celebrate. They have to travel now to this place in the Bassa region, and